Hello, hello. Welcome back to the GG.Bet Hamburg Invitational presented to you by Maincast. I'm your host, Kyle, joined on my right by lifeguard Lizzie, the man himself. We're going to get into another BO1 in just a second. We've got positive guys up against Team Singularity. But first,
let's talk about that last game and how signature Chaos Knight didn't really help out Illidan whatsoever. Like, that was a disaster.
indeed.
Like, what's happening in the 2 days that we've been watching Dota? We haven't seen a single game go over 35 minutes, guys. So this is, I hope that something will change in this match. But when you look at these two teams, I'm not taking anything away from Singularity. It's a fresh stack, fresh season, fresh stack, European names. We have Excalibur, we have Mage, we have Saberlight coming from Hippomaniacs. There's a lot of potential.
And you were high on Saberlight. You said that he was good.
Yeah, definitely.
Can you expand on that?
Can I expand on that? If you watch the, like, in the EU qualifiers for TI, Hippomaniacs were doing really well. Like, they were the team to watch. Sadly, they fell a little bit short, didn't qualify, but Saberlight was always their saving grace. Like, the rest of them were fine. They were all right. You watched them yesterday. You saw how they fared. Not really great.
I only saw them in one game.
Yeah, but Saberlight would pretty much always dominate in their games, no matter what happens.
So you've got high expectations.
I have high expectations from him as an individual. I don't know how much I can expect from a completely fresh stack. That's Singularity right now. But most of these players have played with each other before, like Excalibur, Mage.
Yeah.
Now there's DNZ as well from Croatia, a neighboring country of mine.
Tier 3 Dota is kind of like a mosh pit, right? And you just sort of have people, they bang into other players, they decide, hey, we can make a team, and then three months later, it's somebody else. But maybe one of these teams will have struck gold.
I mean, you know what? Positive guys have struck gold with a couple of their players. You have Ghostic, you have Immersion, one from Gambit, the other from Pango. Ergon, he used to play in Pavaga Juniors, also a tier 3 team that did quite all right in that last season, considering they were just a bunch of youngsters, a new stack. Ergon is one of those players that just likes these, nasty heroes on the mid lane, and I wouldn't be surprised even if Pango is one of his guys. But usually when you're looking at that guy, you're thinking Brood, Mother, Meepo, something like that,
It's a interesting counterpick. It was a first pick Night Stalker into the Ench Luna of positive guys. Luna, of course, another hero with an aura that provides not just bonus night vision to her, but her allies as well. So it helps to equalize the nighttime disadvantage. Wyvern, it's a bit of a BKB counterpick to the Luna, although traditionally I kind of like Luna against Wyvern because you have that mixed damage potential.
Also Wyvern, if you're looking at supports to put versus Enchantress, Wyvern is probably like one of the worst ones. Like, you really don't want to play versus Enchantress as a Wyvern on the lane. At the same time, though, later on, because of his ulti and the additional attack speed, they can actually you can kill Enchantress if you find her located somewhere around her allies. You pop that Winter's Curse on her. It's a way to deal with her, because Untouchable doesn't work on allies if you Winter's Curse her. And Dark Willow, however, on the other side, is definitely a problem for Ench. If you go grab that Vessel early on this hero, like that can work, or Night Stalker can get it as well, obviously, but the high magic burst it's what's necessary. Obviously Dark Willow versus Pango and Luna brings you a lot of CC, a lot of control, which is always good. And the Tide Hunter.
Already looking at positive guys, and the name of the game seems to be Team Fight, as they are not lacking in that regard one bit.
I mean, I'm just wondering, could this be support Enchantress? Because she has been changed in the last patch, nerfed a little bit, and now when you see Pango and Tidehunter, you're thinking, all right, it could be, right? Like, this could be the comeback of the support Ench. Not too many teams have pulled that off successfully, though. I think in the last season I've seen Navi play a lot of support Enchantress, but like, it didn't really work way too often. And this hero was usually picked on position 5 when you're playing versus something like a Darkseer, something to use that enchant on to get rid of his spells, his buffs.
I would agree. I think that could potentially be your 5 and 4, with the Pango being the 4. Maybe Tide off lane, could be Tide mid. I've seen that in the past.
Yeah. Good old Solar Crest Tide with Desolator plus 250.
Hero counter.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, this carry is definitely one of those that's pretty good versus Ench, I suppose. Maybe they're thinking that the Ench is off.
It's good synergy. I mean, when you think about the timing for Singularity, right? That second night time, you have an Ags on your gyro around that point, the massive team fight of your two supports. You've got a lot of AoE combo potential, and gyro, in theory, is a decent matchup for the Tide. However, you don't go toe-to-toe against a hero like Luna into the late game very effectively, unless you have that level and item advantage.
Yeah,
so.
you don't have a built-in BKB such as, let's say, Jug or Nyx or something similar. But at least you can farm at the same pace as Luna. I haven't seen a lot of Pango recently, so... In the last 2 days, I haven't seen a lot of Pango.
Yeah, I was going to say.
In this new season, guys.
Don't get ahead of yourself there, Lifeguard Lizzie.
Let's see, the last pick from Positive guys. The last ban that is, they banned out the Slark before. Definitely a good hero versus the Watermelon and the Luna. And right now they have to think well about what hero they want to ban out against Excalibur or Mage. Most likely Mage on that mid lane, right? I wonder who's going to be their position 2. Both of them have played quite a lot of mid.
Keep going, this is great. I'm the play-by-play guy, Lizard. This is your domain. Please, teach me, well, everything.
What do you want to learn? Tell me. Just tell me.
What's the secret? How do I be happy, Lizard?
How do you be happy? You have to be content with what you've got. That's the first step.
Got it.
Yeah, and be stupid. That also helps.
Interesting. So is that, do you follow your own advice?
Yeah,
then?
that's pretty much, that's how I know.
That explains what you, so that's why you bash your head into the wall.
That's why I'm happy, and that's why the walls are all bloody around my room. That's it.
Got it, got it, got it. Huh. Well, the more you know.
Alchemist banned out. Yeah, I mean, Alchemist has been nerfed, right? Like, the mana region is not there. But before Alchemist even had that mana region, what did people do? They would just buy a Soul Ring. So, Alchemist being nerfed back to where he was before does not necessarily mean that this hero is dead. Like, you just buy that Soul Ring, you're still the same hero, you can still do the same stuff. Yeah, you can't do the 2 bracers, and yeah, you're not as tanky, but you just have to be a little bit more careful than before. And overall, they just wanted to ban it out.
Another Brood last ban, man. Oh!
Both of them can play this, Mage and Excalibur.
Alright, this is an Excalibur hero, come on.
Yeah.
This is
99%.
99%.
I think so, yeah. But Positive guys, they do have options. You can pick yourself a Zeus, which would be really good in this game, right?
Love a Zeus.
What else? Maybe a Storm?
I like Storm more, personally. I think that... So the thing about Tinker in this game that's nice is that you have so many methods of controlling vision. Ember Spirit is nice. It fulfills that same role as a Storm would, and wow, we were both wrong. It is a Mage Tinker. It'll be an Excalibur Gyro. That's curious.
Yeah, because of the... I believe Excalibur did go towards his position 1 again. He's not playing mid as often, so I guess that's why. And Mage has pretty much always been your midder. He had some success with his teams recently, like in Tier 2, Tier 3 scene, but not really anything significant. We'll see how it goes for him this time.
And speaking of, we'll see how it goes for you guys. If you make a bet on GG.Bet.com and ensure with the save code, you can protect your bet fast and easy with no queues, no business hours, and no rejections.
Yeah, and if you want to tweet at us, guys, hashtag Maincast. We're lonely here. We're
did we get any tweets?
You know what? I'm actually disappointed, disgusted a little bit. I go on Reddit.
Oh.
I see that people care about Tier 2, Tier 3. I'm thinking, Mom, maybe I should go back, you know. I called her, like, people care, Mom. Maybe I should start playing again, you know. Maybe Volvo is going to invest in us again because there's so many of these viewers that care. And then I open up the stream, you know, I go into the chat to say hi. There's no one to say hi to. There's like 1,000 of them.
Maybe the problem isn't with the Tier 2, Tier 3 teams, but the Tier 2, Tier 3 casters.
Damn. It could be that. It could be that.
No, but on a serious note, we're going to hop into the game in just a minute. But let's break it down. Ember Spirit, going to get aggressive.
It's an interesting matchup on mid lane, right? Because
it's very Tinker favored, I would say.
Yeah, but Flame Guard is also pretty good, right? You don't have ways of dealing with it. You have the laser, but that won't deal with it. And from level 3, Ember should be fine. You can dive him even with one good rotation. Can be good. You don't have ways of effectively dealing with that Flame Guard. You have to think about the way you use your rockets.
Yeah, I suppose. But it's just that you have more damage. I think one gank, you find kills easy. But it is a good point. And that is one downside of the Dire draft, where you don't have that rotating support hero. Theoretically, Wyvern could get aggressive, but you don't have something simple.
Yeah.
I like having an Earth Spirit.
Yeah.
I like having a Tusk with
Tusk.
my Tinker, something that just finds kills and gets my Tinker activated into the game. BKB time is going to be very important, especially when you're up against an Ember and a Luna. So do keep in mind, this is a BO1. Both teams fighting for their right to go up against the winners of our previous series, Win Strike. Shout out to Kyle for being a handsome lad. Why, thank you. So you know what? I'm a big fan of Saberlight now, too.
Dude, he did this to me the last time I was casting him. So thanks a lot, Saberlight, for mentioning Kyle this time around.
Look,
there's
Lizard.
enough love. There's enough love for everyone, and I appreciate when people don't have favorites. You know, that's what I appreciate a lot.
Can we look? This is my time in the spotlight, Lizard. Can we not make this about you? Everyone knows that you've got. Well, I don't know. I guess you're not ugly, but the point is, it's my time in the sun. So stop hogging the light.
No, I'm not hogging the light. I'm just saying that I appreciate this from Saberlight. And Saberlight, speaking of the mad lad, he's going for LTW, and he's just gone.
How do you pronounce Dijinishka?
DNZ.
DNZ. He got it with a double bramble. Anybody who's walked into a pile of thorns once will tell you it's not a good idea to do it again. And unfortunately, the Luna makes that error.
Yeah. It wasn't really that much about DNZ, it was more about Luna. But at the same time, the way he positioned those brambles, he knew that ELTW is going to try and cut those trees to go back. He does exactly that and falls into the same trap twice.
Wait, is Misha's... Do you get W first? Is that what you're supposed to do? I know they nerfed the heal.
I mean,
I guess he's going to be jungling primarily.
If you're I don't think you can jungle with that hero. That's the thing. I think he's just going to use it as a slow or as a debuff or something. We'll see. He's with immersion here. They're effectively tri-laning.
Oh, goodness. Look at this.
It's about the slow pretty much, but how effective it will be, I'm not really certain. At least it's very low mana, like 40 mana for that spell. It's not a lot. But they are protecting their Luna quite well so far.
Yeah, for sure. It will be a tri-lane safe. Up top, you can see Tidehunter making a beeline for the creep wave. He'll be in a one-on-two situation. And unfortunately, Wyvern is not exactly a hero that can deal with this. You can put out some harass, as we see, but yeah, it's not really effective.
Especially when he gets level 2, right? Like right now, you can perhaps deal a little bit with the Ghost Stick, but not a whole lot, and he should be fine. He should farm. At the same time, Saberlight and DNZ, I mean, if they continue tri-laning on the bottom lane, I don't see them approaching these creeps. Vexu just tipping Tide, because he can't do anything else. Like, that's the only thing that he can do at this point. Ghost Stick, he did mess up a little bit. He didn't really pull those creeps properly to the next creep wave.
And mid-wave as well, already out to a slight lead is Mage Tinker, but I actually think this is a great job thus far by the Ember Spirit. If you're going to win the lane as the Tinker, it's the first couple of waves you really want to truly dominate, and thus far he's just not been able to do so.
Yeah, it's Ergon. Also, like, what, 6-3 versus 6-4 on Mage? It just didn't go right, holding up against him, but I think the level 3 changes things a little bit for Ember. Ghost Stick.
He's dead.
Excalibur investing in that early level of homing missile instantly goes for the Tide. Easy kill for them.
Oh, look at this. Misha looking to get aggressive. He does have that Centaur creep along with the Haste Rune. And this is where it gets sketchy for the Tinker.
Yeah. Ergon will get level 3 here, and Mage is so far in.
Yep. If that Archer dies, in fact it does. However...
oh, Misha. I don't... Yep. Well,
wasn't that a kill?
Well, Ergon didn't really commit into helping him, though. That was the biggest issue, I think. He was farming the creeps under the tower, so perhaps he decided to do that instead of helping the Eng.
And now he almost goes down middle, actually, forced to salve up. Missed a couple last hits there as he had to retreat.
The thing is, Enchantress rotating like that leaves Saberlight and DNZ to do whatever they want to on this bottom lane. And right now, Saberlight, well, he can't do that any longer. Oh, these stuns from the center aren't really that effective, and they're not connecting.
It's important to hit the hero, right? And
it's
I
very
know
important,
it might be. There's a lot of Redditors in the chat right now who might not understand this, but you do want to ensure that your spells land on enemy heroes.
Yeah, you can say that you can say that it's a zoning stomp, you know, but I don't think so.
And checking out the odds, you can see Singularity slightly favored in the matchup. probably based on the draft. It does feel like it's an easier concept in the sense that Night Stalker will give vision, and then Tinker and Gyro will run at the enemy and cast their spells with 2 huge team fight AoE supports to back them up. The question will be, can positive guys get towers early on? I think that in theory, from speaking to a bunch of people in the scene, curious to your opinion on this, Lizard, but the common mythology of dealing with a Tinker is to take his tier 1s.
As soon as possible.
Yeah,
Like
before bots if you can.
Pressure him as soon as possible, just delay those bots, invade his jungle as well when he goes there. Then by the time he gets those bots, the map is already smaller and it's much easier to hunt him down. It's much easier to catch him. You also have multiple high ground places to put the ward in to catch him, especially when you're pushing, let's say, a tier 2 on top, he tries to defend. You wait for him in the trees, you can get him.
Oh, hang on, Immersion. Bottom lane, they've got the skeleton as well, or the troll rather. They're going to land the root. Will this be a kill is the question. A nice swashbuckle forwards, but Immersion taking some tower damage. Will be able to find the kill though, but up top, Ghostic does go down. Immersion as well will fall.
Yeah, so offlane for offlane and the position 4. You know what? Positive Gaming, they have a very funky sort of a lineup, considering their supports are Enchantress and the Pango.
Yes.
I wouldn't draft that to my worst enemy. Like, if I was playing... You know, like if I was playing in some tournament finals and I'm drafting for my enemy, like this would be too much.
Speaking of what you wouldn't do to your worst enemy, I learned a couple of years ago from a Polish guy, El Lisash actually, that the worst insult in Eastern Europe, supposedly, is serving vodka warm.
Oh yeah, that's definitely not good. I'm not saying that's the worst insult ever, but... You don't do that. Why would you do that?
I don't know. If you don't like somebody, and then that's like dishonor.
Definitely, it sounds awful.
It doesn't taste good, that's for sure. Not that I would know, of course. I stick to lemonade. Diznishka on the bottom side will go down. Mage middle, air gone, air go.
Oh, air gone indeed. He tried to get that solo kill and gets punished super hard by Mage.
Oh yeah, and that is big because now your Tinker is going to potentially start running away with this, especially if anyone's able to rotate in. Saberlight, nighttime, quite speedy, will be able to escape. Also has that early chainmail. Immersion misses the swashbuckle.
Oh, LTW has to be careful now. He cannot really turn anymore. He's dead. Yeah, they get him. And now perhaps
land another. Saberlight's going to have another spell. Will it be enough is the question. Nice quelling blade. Looking for Misha as well on the side, but it will not work. Nighttime rotations, always excellent, even if you just come to the Night Stalkers.
Yeah, I love the fact that Pexu rotated here. As Tidehunter is jungling, there's, like, you can't really mess with him in the jungle.
Whoa, what the? Holy shit, it's 4,000 gold. What?
4K advantage. Indeed.
Oh, look at Jesus, Ghostic, man. Like, he had to have done something wrong. There's...
Yeah, Tidehunter has been just crushed on that lane.
He's 2v1, and I know it's a gyrocopter, but, you know, he... Why did he farm the wave early on instead of just dragging it to his tower? That's the big question mark for me.
He farmed the lane, and then he tried connecting the pool to the small camp. I think that's where the game was over for him. He tried to connect the wave to the small camp. Gyro gets there, they kill him, then they kill him again afterwards instead of just creep skipping from the start, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
even behind the tier 2, like, that would be good.
I don't want to say this game's over, but like I wouldn't want to play it anymore. And I imagine that positive guys don't really feel the extent of their, I don't even know what it would be called. Hang on, we have so much damage coming out onto this Luna down bottom already. Looks like the Bramble will miss, but there's so much DPS. Saberlight, will he be able to get one more Q up? No, he cannot, but Excalibur, as you said, he has showed up. He's found a double kill. He's got Phase Boots 1 double Wraith and 1,000 gold to boot.
And he's going to pressure this tower right now.
He's level 7 at 7 minutes.
Oh, this is looking very bad for positive guys, but they have to stay positive.
That's, wow, that's a clever one.
Yeah, wow, so good. They have to find a way to get out of this deep hole that they've dug themselves into, because you have a position 5 Enchantress. The problem is that hero doesn't scale well on position 5. You know, like, that's the issue. Pango needs a lot as well to actually be useful as a position 4. Mage does get that haste.
I think they need more than a shovel at this point. Somebody's got to call in a bulldozer. You're going to need some heavy equipment if you want to come back against a Tinker Gyro at this kind of start. Saberlight will not get hit by that Ursa clap. Misha so far 0 for 4 on his creep assists. Bottom immersion tanking a rocket. Peksu will land the W. A ton of damage coming out by Diznishka as well.
Has a lot of sticks.
I think the rocket could be enough. We shall see. Nope, but they will have follow-up. A stun landing. Swashbuckle away.
It's fine.
26 HP.
Yeah. Survives because of that stick usage of his before, and he got to the tower, so they couldn't pursue any longer. Excalibur, however, takes the creeps, farms them, also attacks the tower, doesn't have Basilisk or anything like that to work with, sadly for him.
I love the warding as well. If you look at Singularity, they're going to play bottom, and they have stacks up in the jungle down bottom for Tinker. So he's perfectly capable of just sitting there, no problem. You have a Night Stalker under tower at nighttime, so sure, he might even die here, but it would require so many resources committed, and he's so fast. Yeah. Peksu coming up now to contribute to the counter pushing, as your strongest hero on map, Excalibur, just takes a valuable tower down bottom.
The biggest issue that I see right now for Positive, guys, is this Ember. He needs to start moving. He needs to start creating space and team fights for his team, because if this game continues the way it's going on right now, like, they will have no chance.
Yep.
And look at Mage, he's 400 gold away from Travels. That's a scary position to be in if you're Positive, guys. 10 minutes in, he's going to have Soul Ring bottle. Travels, not great.
Not great indeed. And I love this. Again, Singularity, they just camping top. Immersion misses the Q.
Misses the Hellbear smash as well.
And it's just, you can't push into this. Now the other support, Willow TP's down, and down bottom, Gyrocopter has he does have triple the net worth of the Tidehunter. So in a 1v1 scenario, he's going to be plenty strong. However, there's an Ember Spirit. The Ravage will pop as well. Gyrocopter in a ton of trouble. Excalibur's got to get away. Pops the jump charge. Ultimate used, but Ergo, he has no points in chains. How are you going to land a kill on this Gyrocopter? Excalibur just turns around, forces the Remnant away. Saberlight now fluttering forwards. Did pop the Darkness. Ghost Stick retreating all the way to the Shrine. Will be 3-man utilized. ILTW clearing some stacks in the meantime. No points in Ultimate because he's so far behind.
You have your 3 cores around the Shrine farming the same 3 camps, 2 camps. That's a really bad position to be in when Gyro is on one side of the map. Okay, Saberlight is around and Mage has just ported in, but Mage can be anywhere at this point as he has completed those travels.
Tower getting low. Catapult is active and bots up on the Tinker. That's just so scary to see. When you think about it, just 10 minutes into the game, all of a sudden, you're forced to...
What is your play? Like, look at this. They just smoked up with Enchantress and Pango. Tell me, what are these 2 heroes going to do to anyone on this map?
They could tickle them.
Enchantress isn't even 6, man. Like, she doesn't even have Impetus. Like,
how do you kill Mage? Like, you don't have any stuns. They actually don't have a stun outside of Ravage because the Ember Spirit has yet to skill his chains.
The Rolling Thunder, I suppose. They can catch
Oh, they got the slow!
The slow is there, but that's about it. He just TPs away. I guess they need to utilize this Pango somehow, but...
Bottom lane, the Glyph active. Love that play from Singularity. They're going to almost certainly be able to find this kill. No, they will not. Level 6 on the end. You got to be a little careful. Misha will be able to pump up the damage. Excalibur in some trouble, trying to juke away. Mage has a bunch of marches down. Excalibur now being jumped on. Flame Guard active on Ember Spirit.
Oh, good
Lots of damage being dealt. Excalibur will survive just barely. Oh, he missed.
Immersion got him. Immersion got him with the swashbuckle in the end. Ember did miss with the slide, but he dies in the end as well. And honestly, this is like the best case scenario for Positive Gaming. They took down that big bad Gyro. They lost position 5 and 2, but you know what?
But that was a daytime engagement around your own tier 2. And the issue is that when you are forced into a map section as 5, as you can see, Mage just TP's back, he'll refresh, and he'll just continue to push out waves. It takes a lot longer for Positive guys to reset waves around the map. ILTW just popping, or he gets ulted in the
Dark
face.
Willow is there.
Yeah,
He disappears. He's not tanky enough to be farming anywhere on the map right now. He has to be careful.
And this is the problem. When you have a hero that has this kind of global mobility, the insanely high burst damage output as well.
Look at the odds.
They've been updated to show that Team Singularity seem to have a Singularity. I'm trying to think of a pun here. It's not working. There is a black hole, and it's slowly absorbing Positive guys.
The outcome of this game is most likely very singular, and that's a win for... Okay, I try to help.
It's still early in the season, guys. We'll get it going. We need some time.
Ergon. What is he going to be able to do? Level 11, phase boots, windlace, sticks. That's not what you want from your midder, but...
Ironic as well, because Argon is, of course, a neutral gas. a noble gas, rather. And Aragon, so far, have been relatively neutral in this game, only trying to kill the NPCs, not involved in hero kills. I think I'm trying too hard.
Just relax. It'll come naturally to you, like Aragon. You're so bad.
No comment. Bottom lane, Misha will actually take over the creep to stop the teleport from the Tinker, but it won't matter. Mid lane, they're camping actually. Mage is just teleporting right into the face of Aragon. Drops down. He's going to drop down. He's going to die most likely. Yeah, tons of damage coming out. Excalibur will pop the ultimate. Don't think it's going to land, however. Ghostic will escape, but in some trouble. Does have the Ravage, but yeah, he is dead for certain. Mage, like, big cojones there to just stand still and tank the gank to the face.
Pretty good kill for them. A pretty good kill for them, definitely. As Ember gets some levels, gets some gold as well. Tinker had to fall. And it's not the... I don't know. It's not like they're out of the gutter yet, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. At least Ember is involved, and I think it's Ember plus the immersion Pango that really seals the deal for them. These two guys have to do quite a lot on the map. Look at Misha, he might just fall here. Well,
need the attack, but it's so...
Yeah, he just gets him.
Yeah,
because you don't have untouchable, right? Yep. You're a support.
Oh, ult is Niska in some trouble. You gotta play carefully, though. There is a Ravage active. They might look to set up on the Ember Spirit. In fact, are they? They're going to get the fear off. It will land. I don't know if it's going to be enough damage, however. But wait, he lands into the Bramble. Oh my god!
Yeah, the Brambles there were definitely decisive. Pretty well played by them. Saberlight gets
4 bounties. Jesus, it's a 10k gold lead at 15 minutes, folks.
Aghanim's almost completed on Excalibur's Gyro. Saberlight has those drums phases moving into the Medallion and Solar Crest. Yeah, they're just gonna slowly choke them off the map. Like, Luna cannot continue farming fast enough at all.
And Willow's just got so much damage up, and now the levels are insane. Look at Ghostic just tanking the W to the face. Both supports, just so much spam. Poke. Excalibur down bottom. Could be in danger here if Immersion's able to get a good ultimate off, but in that open space, it will be difficult to land a full ultimate unless he runs into the choke bomb. But the juke, Saberlight is down here as well as Mage. All of a sudden, all 3 cores are in the vicinity, and yeah, that's that. They've positive guys have got to get the hell out of there as the circle's now drawn.
He just DPs away instantly after. Excalibur 1,000 gold away from Aghanim's.
Nishka in some trouble, doesn't have the W up just yet, but who's going to be able to pursue is the question. Mage is already here. Enchantress, a lot of burst damage about to come his way, but no, Mage will just retreat. Has the Blink Dagger already, 16 minutes in. I love the way Saberlight's played this game as well, just running around the map. You can see the circles drawn. He knows that his job, the more aggressive you can play on the map, the faster it is for you to cut across to the other side, and that's exactly what he's looking to do here. Mage covering the dead lane top, Excalibur continuously shoving bottom. We'll be finishing off the Ags as soon as this tower goes down as Singularity continue to press their advantage.
And when you are attacking like this, there's always space for Mage to come in, TP somewhere and help you out. Also, you have vision on the enemy team because the only thing they're attacking is this tier 1 on the top lane. He has to be a little bit careful because Aragon can get on top of the Tinker quite easily though.
And they placed that ward in tower. Oh no, sorry, there was a sentry down. There was a sentry down. Nisha takes over a creep, looking to try and find Mage, but now with no glyph, as you can see, the one Tinker stops 4 heroes from pressing tower as Excalibur's killed tier 2, and now look, they're already set up with the smoke.
Luna. He's on 50% HP. Yeah, Saberlight could get him alone here.
Possibly. Will there be enough damage is the question. He's going a little deep here. LTW will have that ultimate prepared. Immersion ulting forwards, the rockets flying out. Hexu does land the ult to ensure that Immersion can't do that team fight AoE. Mage in a great position now to pop off a ton of marches, but it does appear as if Singularity will take this opportunity to retreat a 5-man shrine. You don't want to dive too deep into a Luna Tidehunter with Ravage active. It is a recipe for disaster, especially when your lead is so great. No reason to do anything until those BKBs come out, I think notably on the gyro.
The biggest point in that fight was Enchantress using that slow on Night Stalker, so he couldn't get on top of her, couldn't attack, also couldn't keep on the silence. Because of that, Luna just escapes with, what, 40% HP? Also, the Tinker is afraid because there's 5 of them and he doesn't really have a lot of vision.
Speaking of being afraid,
speaking about being dead, Ember just disappears.
And look top, same story. because there's no Ember, Mage is just going to say, hey guys, I'll defend this tower. He gets the deny, blinks away. Oh my god.
Yeah, Ghost is mad, and so is Luna,
Look at
but
mid.
there's nothing they can do about it. Yeah, you can't, like, how do you go for Saberlight here? You just can't. This hero is just so tanky right now. Level 11,
and you know,
phase boots, medallion.
You can see them drawing circles. Like they're actually running circles around positive guys, but that's what happens when you're playing against a Tinker that has all but one tower active, the one he just denied, and total map control. You never get lanes pushed, you don't have information, and you're playing against the Night Stalker to boot. It's nighttime.
Who do you even go for at this moment? Like you were speaking about mobility and hybrid heroes. You have the Stinker with Blink Dagger. You have Gyro that's really tanky, so you can't really jump on top of him. You can smoke up perhaps and try to take back the control of the map, but you have to be really, really careful about who you initiate on. ELTW actually just says, nah, I'm gonna farm, man. You guys can go, I'm gonna farm. I like this triangle. It sounds safe. I'm around my shrine. I don't really want to fight. I can't really blame him as well. Aragon going for that Maelstrom next, and it feels like he needs something like a Yules in this game too, because he continuously dies to Brambles and
a BKB. It's one of those games where it feels like you need 3 more
actually,
items.
BKB is so good here versus the Night Stalker versus the Tinker as well. Necessary, right? So many. That's the problem when you're playing a hero such as Ember and you know that you need defensive items.
And you can see Excalibur just so farmed. Absolutely insane that someone has more gold than the Tinker, but that's what happens when you have what was effectively a free lane times 1.5 because of the first blood and the jungle camps were collected as a bonus. 2 for 2 bounty runes, best exchange thus far for positive guys.
At least they get those 2 bounty runes on top lane, but because of that, they're moving as 5 around that top lane, so they aren't really playing the map effectively. Their jungle has been, well, it hasn't been their jungle for, what, 15 minutes now.
Yeah. And you can see Immersion drawing lines on the map saying, look, guys, we need to push mid, we need to push out bottom, but that's just so much easier said than done. And I know how this feels, too, because it's one of those scenarios where you know you're slowly losing the game. You want to make something happen, but it's just so hard.
Dagon on Mage's Tinker as well.
Love it.
Like, you want to go out, but once this guy zaps you, you're just going to want to go back on your high ground and hide.
This is Nishka in some trouble, pops off the W, will actually just TP away.
No,
Immersion will land the stun.
Does have that tools to buy some time, but Tinker has been actually caught. Mage has to be careful.
Oh my god, is he going to die?
There is Ergon with the ulti. Alright. Winter Wyvern was behind. I was expecting him to perhaps use that Winter Scourge to save the Tinker. But instead he just washed. Pexu just leaves his Tinker. Yeah. But at the same time, what was Tinker even doing in the river?
No
That's
clue.
the question.
I mean, we're memeing a bit, but this game's not over completely. It is a Luna Tidehunter. You know, you cast a couple of good spells and
you get that BKB,
you're gonna kill everybody. Ergon is back. He'll find Pexu, it looks like. He does not have Fly Away. We'll catch the Swashbuckle. Now the Slight Chains. Ult is popped. Immersion trying to ensure he avoids it. And wow, nice leap up to the high ground. The Gush to finish. And all of a sudden, you've lost 3 heroes in Singularity and your mid tower.
Yeah, I think Excalibur.
Don't tell me they're going to find Excalibur too.
Oh, this would be huge.
Know
just
he's
before
there.
he gets BKB. Can they? Nah, it's just an Enchantress. No stuns, nothing similar. Just boots and Bracer. Can't really help stopping that Gyro as an edge. He TPs away, which is really crucial as he's going to get closer and closer to that BKB. Once you get that BKB on Gyro, I think you just go. Actually, you go right now.
Oh my god, ILTW.
He's gone. And this is a problem because that Luna is also aiming for the same power spike, right?
Yep.
She needs that BKB as well. But it seems like the Gyro will get it faster, and then they're one step ahead.
Look at the XP. That's something I want to bring up because gold, in terms of like how net worth disparity allows for comebacks in that department, that's been nerfed significantly. But as far as XP goes, when you're behind, when you're under-leveled, you get a couple core kills, you shoot up.
Yep.
Because that mechanic was never edited. You just get massive amounts of XP. And I like to see what Singularity is going to do here because I want them to get aggressive. They've got the BKB, you've got the Dagon on Tinker. They fell behind a bit there just because they were lacking that aggression that got them through the mid game. But 22, 23 minutes in, it's go time. You're strong. You're going to have darkness up momentarily. And then you just start to dominate the map. They are playing against a pipe on Ghost Tick now.
I believe like before the next nighttime is there, you can fight around one bounty. After you fight around the bounty, you can go into the pit. You have the medallion, I believe, on Saberlight. So
you just need darkness up. You get nighttime. You go before the BKBs get finished on positive guys, and you've got yours up already.
That's only one question. Do they wait for the nighttime, or do they fight right now? Because they do have the BKB, and it's such a good time for them to fight before the Luna gets her own as well. If you're waiting for the nighttime, perhaps you're giving her way too much space to finish that BKB, and then you're kind of on the even grounds, even though, oh my god, those odds are definitely not even. Far away from it, as Team Singularity is almost certain to win, at least by the odds.
You never know.
Definitely, I think this game isn't completely over. It can go either way, as you just stated. It's all about these BKBs and the next team fight. If positive guys take a favorable engagement, their experience can shoot up. Pango can be significantly stronger for the team fight after that, and then it can
All
be anyone's
sounds
game.
good in theory. The BKB on Luna will be completed shortly. He's out of mana now. We'll have to retreat all the way back to base if he wants to be a part of this upcoming engagement. But what is Singularity looking to do here? Do they want to push for tower? Do they want to open up Roche? They've got a ton of vision behind them, but none in front. Solar Crest complete on Saberlight. 30 seconds to go until nighttime, so expect darkness to be topped any time now, as they are now in a position where they can be ensured 6 minutes or so of utter vision domination, a key component of any Tinker lineup.
Man, that Solar Crest is so strong. You just pop it on the gyro and let him go ham.
Look at
the LTW.
W.
Has no mana actually. Mage could have went for that, but yeah, better safe than sorry. No reason to go when the bounties are spawning to risk it so hard. Gyro has ported down bottom. Immersion will take one bounty and possibly just go back instantly after. Alright, so 3 for 1 once again. They haven't really been successful when it comes to securing these bounties. But if you want to take 2 for 2, you have to commit all 5 heroes on one side, and that's probably not something they want to do just yet.
Immersion is going to channel the ultimate. They're going straight for the Willow. Darkness gets popped. Mage in a great position, however, and a nice Yules to ensure that the Willow stays alive for just a bit. Misha taking a ton of damage. Wyvern ulti gets popped. Who is that on? Is that the
Mage? Can he get away?
Not so certain. Saberlight's in some trouble standing on top of the Luna. Excalibur just moving forward, though. Does have the BKB. Starting to get aggressive, diving forwards with that Ags active. Ghosting in a ton of trouble. Still has the Ravage, but you can't use it on anybody. Immersion's going to go down, it looks like, and indeed he does. Excalibur continuing to pursue. Ravage will get popped. Luna ultimate as well with Ember Spirit on top. Will it be enough damage? Will it be enough damage? Excalibur gets put underneath. The magic is going to kill him off. The Gush completes. Mage, though, does have the full reset. Back in action. However, Aragon, he's right on top of him, but he'll actually find the kill. ILTW as well with the triple. A full 5-man team wipe. The all-chat coming out.
There you go. That was the fight that they needed. They just played it better. It's not like this is the thing. If you fight them before Luna has that BKB, you have a clear advantage, and you can take the team fight any way you want to. But if she gets that BKB, suddenly that team fight can go anyway. It just depends who plays it better. And obviously positive guys have played that teamfight a lot better, as they waited out the BKB on the gyro. They didn't panic. They waited out the BKB, they popped the Ravage, they popped the Luna ult. Gyro is just gone. Also, where was the Tinker that whole fight?
That's a great question. I was going to say, I think that they actually just all in for Immersion. He had popped his ult to start the fight. Then he gets Wyvern ulted. And I'm just watching, you know, Saberlight stand on top of him, Mage pop his full combo. But this is not a hero that's relevant. You can even see in the hero damage. Tinker with just 800 more done than his hard 5 position Wyvern. That is not the sort of impact you're looking for at this stage of the game. And I got to question this decision to upgrade the Dagon. Don't you go for Ags here? A BKB Tinker. If there was a game for a BKB Tinker, this has got to be it.
What happened there is they went on the Tinker, and Immersion was on top of him. That's why Wyvern uses his ulti on Immersion, right? So the Tinker can go back. But he was 50% HP, and he was safe. While everyone else was fighting, he could have started hitting them from distance. Sadly, he doesn't. They don't have enough damage. They lose the team fight, and now it's anyone's game. The odds should represent that. As Immersion
nice ultimate. They should be able to find a follow-up now onto Misha. He's in some serious trouble. He is immediately going to be taken out. 40 seconds on the deck for both of these support heroes. Yeah,
they strike back definitely with some vigor, as they have to go into the pit now. Saberlight has that Solar Crest, I believe. This is the play, as there's no Ravage, no Luna ulti too.
But they got to hustle. They're taking so much time to get around the pit.
Can they actually contest? Oh, all right. If he buybacks and ports onto the shrine, they can definitely
They still have the BKBs. Blink Ravage will be up in 10 seconds. Well played by Positive guys to apply pressure here. You don't want to allow this Roshan to die for free, but I'm so shocked that Singularity didn't press the issue here with Luna showing bottom this whole time as well.
Yeah, I think that buyback from Immersion was really good. The Pango is one of the best heroes to defend Rosh Pit, to defend that Rosh, right? Or to fight around these choke points. Saberlight just going in. But they understand where Luna is, and that's why they're just going ham onto this high ground to D-ward and then go back.
You said Excalibur forced the BKB right away.
That's horrible for them, actually. Instantly smoking up Positive guys. Gyro has no BKB. It's so difficult for them to fight now.
You've got Blink Ravage. Luna finished Ags. You can just Ags, alt Ghost Stick, blink forwards, and blow this Gyro to smithereens
or
if they find
Tinker
him.
as well,
Yeah,
right?
either target.
You can use it on Immersion as well. He can just go in.
Look at me. She's just trying to find vision. Here comes the combo. Get the ult off. There it is!
He's gone.
Oh my god, he just explodes! Ghost Stick moving forward. The Gyrocopter already down, though. He doesn't even want to buy back because without BKB, how do you actually engage? Mage now, moving forwards. Nice laser. Did he finish anyone with that?
But
no,
you're
he
not
did
killing anyone. Not even the Enchantress died. Like, you just lost your Gyro, your Wyvern, and your Night Stalker, and you got nothing out of that. At least the Ravage and Luna ulti have been spent, but for a very, very good team fight. And the game has completely turned. By the way, Luna has pretty sick talents for the ulti as well, for the Aghanims.
The beam, stun duration, damage
Damage
cooldown,
as well, yeah. I think damage.
You think? Or you know?
I know. Of course I know. 100%. Google this, chat.
Google it. What's that?
Just Google it.
I think you mean Bing.
Bing it.
Just
Yahoo
Bing
it,
it, baby.
Yahoo it, guys.
Dude, Yahoo, man. What a website. Oh my god. All right, Aragon, come on, dog. You can chains while ulting. You did not need to land. That was an easy kill on the Mage, who's
Maybe
still, he's still
aware.
upgrading his Dagon, man. This is not the play. Don't you go for Hex at a point? Like,
You can go for more control for sure.
BKB or Hex.
And Aghanims even, like... I guess if Luna went for Manta or something similar, that Aghs would be even better, but I don't know why he's up in the Dagon so much.
It's just not cost efficient anymore. And you need a BKB. Otherwise, you know, that play worked on the Gyrocopter because his BKB was on cooldown, but they're going to just hunt the Tinker for the rest of this game. Daytime for some time. Saberlight continues to Solar Crest his Gyrocopter at all phases of the game.
You just have to be so far your team, you know, so far behind your team if you're a Tinker in this game, or just hiding in the trees all the time in these team fights. But then you're not really dishing out a substantial amount of damage, and you do have to do that. That Luna will just pop the ulti on Immersion or on the Tide Hunter, and anyone they go on will disappear. You need a BKB. If you want to fight the Tinker in this game, you need a BKB, not level 5 Dagon. Pango does have that blink as well, together with Ghost Stick, so it's so easy for them right now to jump in. A game that looked completely in Singularity's control.
Yeah.
They did hit their power spikes, but they didn't use them properly.
I'm telling you, Mage is going to lose the game for a squad if he does not get his next 2 items up quickly. But no BKB. The reason I dislike it in this game is just because it means positive guys will always have that initiator's advantage. If you can get on top of the Tinker, he just dies. There's no survivability mechanics. Sure, Wyvern could ulti, but there's just too many sources of stun and magic damage to feel safe.
They need some Glimmer Capes, something like that, some Force Staffs. On the
Kaya on
supports
the
at least.
Luna.
Kaya, and that's Kaya and Yasha coming up as well.
It's a cool build. I'm just going to keep pushing. Yeah, they're in a dominating position. You've got the Blink Ravage, you've got the BKB. BKB on Ember Spirit now as well. This is, I would say, firmly in the control of positive guys on the Radiant side. Maybe even looking to keep going here. A bit of split push coming up from up top.
Gyro is trying to split push on top lane, protected by the Wyvern. Aragon does go on him, but can't really take him down on his own. But you know what? Ember is one of those heroes that can go back and to the fight in a matter of seconds. He just needs a remnant, and he has that one. While Gyro, on the other side, does not have travel, so it's not really easy for him to be that mobile and rush from one side of the map to another. At least they're not wasting their time. The worst thing to see is a team that just retreats back onto their high ground and waits. You know, at least they're split pushing with this gyro. They're playing the map a little bit.
We shall see how this game breaks down. 5K gold lead, still daytime, 33.5 minutes in. Our first close game of the tournament, really. Just been stomps back and forth. Didn't know if I was watching Dota or heard of brontosauruses in their feeding grounds.
It's a first comeback, right, as well. Comeback by positive guys. So far, at least. They've been crushed in the laning stage. These two supports of theirs looked very funky, like, didn't look like they performed really well in the laning stage, which was the case. But it didn't really matter because this Luna, once the BKB was up, they outplayed them in the team fights. That's pretty much what they did. They just outplayed them in the team fights. They used their BKBs better.
Very stagnant game now, but it's to be expected. Singularity, after losing those engagements, certainly will not want to be taking any sort of fight while the sun still shines. Anybody who watched Underworld could tell you that. They do maintain a presence on the high ground. Bounty Rune spawning in 30 seconds. Invis going to be picked up by Dizanishka, but he does get away. Pops the W as now they get pursued. That is an active shrine for Dire. ILTW moving forward. Does have that BKB. Going to look to be rocketed. This is going to be dicey. Pops the BKB immediately. Still with that ultimate activated. Is Saberlight just going to die here? It does look like he will. Wyvern ulti will land onto Immersion once again. Saberlight will be taken out by Aragon. Excalibur moving forward. But you got to be cautious here. Immersion swashbuckles away. Still Blink Ravage is available. Will he get it off is the question. No, he will not. They accept one kill, and that is all.
He got hit by Flak Cannon, then by the rockets from Tinker. He couldn't blink in. That was the issue there. They do take down Saberlight, which is a pretty good kill for them. But you could see how patient Luna was with that. You see the damage, plus 125. Also the cooldown on level 15.
Yep, and this is scary, because whenever the Gyro BKB is down, you're threatened by that Blink Ravage with a Luna ulti prepared, because it not just increases the damage output, but it actually makes it cast faster.
Yeah.
And the beams just rock you.
It's an orbital cannon. You just disappear once that's on top of you.
And I love this choice from the Ember Spirit. After he gets the BKB, Blink and Shivas instead of the Ags, because it's about acquiring vision. You're playing against the Night Stalker. You're going to be playing with limited information. Find the Tinker, find the kills. That's the name of the game for the Ember here.
Yeah, Shivas is definitely a great option for him. I like the Aghanims as well to be a little bit faster, mobile across the map, but Shiva is definitely such a good pickup in this match.
And now they're gonna...
then again, you know what I'm worried for positive...
Oh my god, I don't think they're worried for themselves.
I don't think I'm worried anymore as well.
You can see the threat. If that Ravage lands, there is no true save. Even a Wyvern Cold Embrace will not prevent the 100-0 as most of the damage is magical. And again, the Tinker item build, man, Mage, the Dagon. I don't know about this, dog.
They cannot force a buyback. That's a good side. That's a good thing for Singularity. And I'm not really certain just how well this Luna's build scales.
I'm not either, but at the same time, I think that the Ember Spirit Tide combination is the key, along with the Immersion Pango, of course. You just have so many stuns, AoE stuns at that.
You know what as well? Maybe it's not the Luna that's supposed to be dishing out all the physical damage. You're going to have your Tidehunter doing that with his talents later on. So he's going to be that one extra force to be reckoned with when it comes to pushing high ground.
Yeah. Positive, guys. You know, as you said, what did they have to do? Stay positive. They did. Rallying back from a huge disadvantage and almost equalizing the score. They have...
What were the odds? Like 10-1? That's like the... biggest difference
that we've
seen. Yeah, it was pretty rough in this match, but they stayed calm and they clawed their way back into this match.
Yeah, it just feels like perhaps Singularity, again, foot off the gas, maybe some item decisions that were questionable. Misha pops the heal, tries to get away. He does. Look at Mage hunting, does find the Willow, but will not be able to get a stun off as he is under cover of that Shadow Realm.
Aragon has that double damage as well, bottled up. But they're pretty much just waiting for this Rosh to spawn, right? After the Rosh is spawned, they will force a fight around it. And if you're Singularity, you pretty much have to take that fight. But it's going to be very problematic versus the Ravage that's going to be up.
But look at the map control differential. This is against the Night Stalker, keep in mind. Yet positive guys firmly entrenched on the enemy side of the map,
This
taking
is
all
cool.
outer towers.
It's pretty cool that Excalibur has finished his Satanic though, so he will have multiple ways of sustaining himself in the team fight. However, he has to be careful as I believe there's still a vessel on that Pangolier. So
I love the decision to pick up the Force Staff as well on Immersion. It's one of those game-winning items when you're playing against the Night Stalker.
Yep. So difficult to play versus that AoE silence without a force. Ghostic just TP blinks away.
You have to be careful here because Singularity, they still have Ravage. You get caught with 2 heroes, the Luna ulti repaired as well. Like, I'm pretty sure you just go down. Excalibur's got to be cautious.
Ghostic is looking at him, but yeah, the creeps do. Oh,
there's Din.
Ember goes in, but there's a big KB on Saberlight.
Nice.
They're forced to retreat. Ghostic is followed by that homing missile, and Saberlight's BKB is running out, so because of that, they retreat back to the shrine.
Love it. They smoke as well.
Instant smoke.
And just Stitch going to pursue. They know that they've forced a BKB. Really well done there. That's how you got to take fights against this kind of lineup. Singularity need quick fights. They need a BKB and find kills. Gambit, the longer the better. Not going to find anything there is Immersion. Left the 4 Pricers on Misha. Peksu, Glimmer Cape to the side. Looking to set up a fight with a Wyvern ult perhaps.
You know what, in that last fight, that's exactly how they have to take these fights. That's the best way, at least. Force the BKBs, go back, fight the Rosh Pit or something similar, some objectives after the BKBs are popped. Sadly for them, the only BKB that was popped was by the Night Stalker, not the Gyro as well. So didn't really get as much as they wanted to out of that, but then again, they do understand the way they have to approach these team fights, which is...
And as we say it, 40 minutes. Runes are going to spawn in just a moment, but Immersion, he's going to get down and dirty. They have, oh my god, the ultimate on Immersion, they're just dying! Excalibur gets Glimmer Cape, pops the Satanic, trying to stay alive. ILTW already with the double kill, 2 heroes on the deck. They're going to have to go all the way back into base. Double stun, Immersion and Tidehunter are taken out, but oh, hang on. Aragon thinking about getting involved, indeed he does. Will this be enough is the question. Excalibur so low, the double remnant. Will it be enough? One more slide. In fact, he does get the kill. Diz and Ishka will port away. I don't even think they used the Ravage as the all chat continues to come out.
But what's the Tinker doing at this time? That's my question. Like, how does this Dagon Tinker help you when he can't even pop that Dagon on anyone?
And if there was a criticism for Excalibur and Mage, like they're obviously incredibly talented players, but throughout their careers, they've just demonstrated that they don't close games. They don't close games like Tier 1 players do. You watch Thompson, you watch Ana, Miracle, these guys know their items and specifically the timings with which they need to use them to end games and actually get the W. Unfortunately, Singularity, it is still young. It's a new team, new season, but this one will smart, as they almost certainly had it wrapped up.
Positive guys are much alike. It's pretty much the same thing. CIS group of rejects versus Europe group of rejects when it comes to these players, right? Players that haven't really found themselves.
Casted by a couple of rejects.
Casted by a couple of rejects as well. I mean, there's a lot of potential, but some mistakes here and there. I like the BKB from Tinker. Finally, he's going to be able to fight them. Perhaps this Rosh fight might be the thing for them, but it's becoming more and more difficult. And you know, the scariest part is, there we go, Ergon
he's got a BKB?
Yeah, he's gonna force it. And this is the biggest issue for them, as it's so easy to force them to use these BKBs. Like, you see a Pango rolling up his ulti, and instantly you have to BKB. He has that link. If he gets on top of you, Luna pops her ulti, and you're gone. It's just what happened.
Because it's just easier, right? You have more tools at your disposal in terms of positive guys. Yeah, he has no BKB, as you said, so he's just dead. He'll buy back. But remember, without the BKB, he's got to be cautious about his positioning. However, Ghostic in some trouble. Misha as well. He will fall. Ghostic trying to get the teleport out. Will he be able to? No, he will not. Wyvern ulti to follow up. Immersion. He dies. There's the Dagon coming into play. Buyback from Enchantress. Ghostic will die. Ember Spirit now forced to leap away. Luna nowhere nearby, but oh, Mage, you are so exposed at the moment. However, it doesn't matter because the Ember Spirit's already gone down, has the buyback available, 2 heroes dead. No Roshan available. Nighttime will fade, the darkness will fall.
They're popping
Ghostic with the buyback.
Yeah, they're popping all the buybacks. I wouldn't be surprised if Ember bought back here as well as Saberlight.
Thinking about all the Wyvern ultimate. And by that I mean Luna ultimate, wicked sick. LTW now just looking to turn around. That's an active shrine. They're tanking through the damage as the Ember Spirit does come back into the play. And as you can see, the Ags, the talent, so much reach potential. The Tinker is dead. as you said, everybody has bought back with the exception of the Gyrocopter and the Willow. So this will be, at best, a 4-on-4. However, with no Tinker, that massive amount of base defense and deep push is not available. And you have a Luna. You go for Throne.
You have some spam from the Winter Wyverns, I suppose, but...
Whoa.
And
Octarine, this is a build.
there's a buyback from the Gyro as well, but has to
No
be very
BKB?
careful. Yeah, I don't know if he saw the refresher.
Oh, they're just going in. They force the buyback. Immersion going to move forwards as well. Got to be a little cautious.
He did stun the
you just
Gyro,
did.
but Luna isn't close enough.
Oh my god, Aragon's just in. The double stun. There's still
And
no BKB
ulti.
on Excalibur. You got to be careful. The refresher ultimate comes out. Excalibur
Gyro
gets
is dead.
exploded.
That's game.
Everybody's dead.
Yeah, that's it.
And now Luna simply hits the base. Immersion. He will most likely fall here, and indeed he does. Aragon will finish off the Willow. Saberlight pops the BKB, but this is a 2-on-3 scenario. And ILTW, he just has to hit the base.
Can they hold this? That's the question. Very unlikely, as the towers are falling so fast. Tinker is up in 28 seconds, but
I don't know if it's going to be enough.
let's see.
Look, he's just hitting the Night Stalker because it does damage to the buildings as well.
He's just gone right there. That's a dieback from him as well. DNZ is the last man standing, but this Willow is just as dead as there's too much AoE damage. And
I have not seen I have not seen something like that in quite some time.
quite an interesting game overall.
Yeah.
This Luna build, definitely a moment of inspiration from ILTW, you know, and he is a guy that played with the OG boys for a few months, so.
Hey, and he did certainly learn a little bit, right? Names his team positive guys.
Yeah.
They definitely had a good mentality. I think a lot of other teams in that spot would have just GG'd out because we were even giggling about how it's hopeless, yet they played the combo properly. Got a couple fights around Ravage, some big Luna ultimates, unconventional build, but they were able to pull out the win in the end and now move on to face Windstrike in the upper bracket finals of Group B to determine who will actually make that playoff stage. Any final words on whatever we just witnessed?
It's not only about how you win your lanes, it's about what you do after that. And if you utilize your gold into Dagon level 5 and you utilize your BKB in a wrong manner during team fights, you're still going to lose. And if you wait a little bit too much, give your opponents too much space, like they did to that Luna, she gets the BKB, she fights you next team fight, suddenly the comeback mechanics hit in, and
That's
you're just gone.
Yeah.
That's that.
Well, you saw it. We saw it. Now it's over. We're going to come back in just a moment with some more Dota. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.